Hi, minasan, konnichiwa. Watashi wa Argel desu. So I'm your teacher for today. Kyou wa sensei no Nihongo desu. So I will be your teacher for today in Japanese. So our lesson for today would be lesson 1, which is all about Japanese basic sentence pattern. So sa Tagalog, ito po yung lesson natin about sa simpleng pangungusap natin sa wikang Hapon. So at dito po, malalaman na natin paano tayo magpo-formulate or gagawa ng mga simple sentences or mga pangungusap nga sa Tagalog. Ngayon, bago ang lahat, ang module po natin ay, kada lesson po ay nahahati po sa tatlong bahagi or three parts. First part po would be the vocabulary. So we're going to study first what are the words that we're going to use for this particular lesson. So syempre, importante po yun. Kung di naman po natin maalala lahat ng vocabulary, pwede naman natin siyang balikan or pwede tayo maggawa ng notebook at ilista siya or basta kailangan po ma-memorize po natin siya. Kasi as we progress in learning Japanese, mapapansin nyo mas marami na kayong vocabulary. Of course, it's directly correlated, no? So mas marami kayong vocabulary alam, mas mapapadali yung pag-express ninyo sa sarili nyo using the Japanese language. So ganun po yan. Mas konting vocabulary alam, mas mahirap po magsalita ng Japanese language kasi konti lang yung pwede nyo gamitin, di ba? Next would be the lesson 1 about the grammar focus. So sa grammar focus naman natin, aaralin natin doon na tamang paggamit or tamang pagko-combine ng mga words into a meaningful sentence or yung paraan na paano natin ginagamit yung mga salita para ma-express natin yung ating sarili. So that will be grammar focus. Next and last but not the least of the three parts would be the application. So paano natin siya gagamitin sa tunay na buhay or sa actual setup natin pag nakikipagtalastasan tayo, nakikipag-usap tayo sa mga Hapon or sa mga setup na nagre-require tayo magsalita ng Japanese. Okay? So now let's begin. So bago nga pala lahat, sa pronunciation or hatsuo ng mga Japanese, huwag kayong mag-alala masyado, huwag kayong masyado maging conscious kasi wala naman po siyang halos na tone. Unlike the Mandarin na marami siyang tone, no? So sa Japanese kasi, mas maganda pag puro monotone ka lang. Although, syempre, we have to emphasize yung raising of voice pag may question and those things that we do. But later naman natin siya matututunan. As we progress in our study, you will going to slowly adapt yourself to their custom and the way they say things, the way they express themselves in the real Japanese way. No? So, huwag kayong mag-alala. Kasi pinaka-importante dito is we start speaking the language kasi that's the initial step. So, if we are so fearful about committing mistake, wala namang mangyayari sa atin. Syempre, hanggang ano ka na lang. Pwede mo naiintindihan mo sila pero ikaw hindi ka nakakapagsalita. So sayang naman yung talent mo. Sayang din yung effort natin. No? So let's practice speaking. Kahit mali-mali siya, initially, doon naman talaga nag-start ng learning. No? So by identifying improvement points. No? Okay, so to begin, pinaka-importante salita sa Japanese if we're studying it, watashi. Watashi refers to your I. So if you write that in hiragana, since beginner ka, that's how you write it in hiragana. Next. Onamae. Onamae. So that refers to your name. So madali naman siyang tandaan, no? Namae refers to name. So namae, so parang almost the same spelling except for the extra A. Namae, it's name. Pag may O, ibig sabihin polite siya. You're referring to a polite way of expressing namae, which is onamae, so which is name. Next. Nandesu ka is basically you're asking question of what? What is this? What is that? What? So, nandesu ka? So, ano yun? Ano yun in Tagalog? Or ano po yun? So, this one is, nandesu ka would be ano po yun? So, that would be more polite. So, pag sinabi mo naman nani, which is what is this? Pero ano yun? Medyo, you know, very casual. So, parang, ano po yon sa ano po, di ba? Or ano po yon sa ano, nani, di ba? So now let's combine the two words that we learn. Onamae wa nandesu ka? Onamae wa nandesu ka? Onamae wa nandesu ka? So what's your name? So yun po yung ibig sabihin niyan. Next, anata, you. Okay. So when you write that, but careful po kayo sa paggamit ng anata, no? So balik po tayo. So, ang anata po, meron po siyang, literally it means you, or it could be a form of tawag ng wife sa kanyang husband, and anata. So that is a, you know, very close reference, or it's a word of endearment to mag-asawa. So syempre, ingat tayo dahil baka mamaya ma-confuse, di ba? Away pa. Okay. So, it's also another tip na you rarely see Japanese na sasabihin nila anata. They prefer to use the real name or yung ating name. So that's why it is very important to get the name of the yung kausap mo, kasi they will be always referring to you in your name, particularly the surname. Kasi it's not polite to really address people just like the English way of addressing people using the pronouns, no? So that lesson is yun yung na-realize ko when I went to Japan. Kasi if you learn Japanese sa book or bookish ka, you often, of course, yung custom kasi you often, since we are in English, no? So sa English Tagalog, ikaw, ako, ganun. So we are more, okay lang sa atin yung pronoun, no? Paggamit ng pronoun. But in Japanese, that's parang, it's quite rude because it sends a signal to them that you didn't really know them, and it takes a lot of, I mean, you forget their name. So for that, it's kind of a bit medyo improper. So it's very important for of course, syempre kailangan alam natin yung pangalan ng kausap natin. So kahit medyo matagal tayo mag-pick up ng pangalan nila, so it really you know, it really pays well to really get their name properly. Of course, to pronounce the name properly, so you can ask how to read their name in Japanese. So they are most happy to, I mean, to say how it is being pronounced in their liking. So ganun po . So ingat po tayo, hindi po siya parang katulad ng English na you can always substitute with pronouns. So Japanese prefer to use the surnames. So pag close na kayo, you prefer to use their given name. So again, we often avoid using the pronouns in most cases kasi medyo yun nga, that's the problem there. Medyo they find it very awkward and medyo rude lang kasi you forgot their name. So ganun po, no? Next, gata, which means to say it's a plural. So basically, ANATAGATA wa FIRIPINJIN desu. So anata is you. Gata, which means many. So many you or they. So they are Filipino. ANATAGATA wa FIRIPINJIN desu. So they are Filipino. So pag anata wa FIRIPINJIN desu, okay, medyo ano to medyo casual, medyo informal to. So perhaps yung nagsasalita nun is medyo nasa position of authority. So anata wa FIRIPINJIN desu. Are you a Filipino? Kasi it's too direct, no? So parang medyo kahit di ko malaman pangalan mo, okay lang. Di ba? Parang ganun. So pag sinabi ng ANATAGATA wa FIRIPINJIN desu, ganun din, nasa position din siya ng authority, no? So they are Filipino. Parang ganun ang point niya, no? O kayong marami or kayong marami, you're Filipino. So ganun, no? Basta gata, it's plural. Next. Another plural is ito. Minna. Minna-san. Okay. Minna-san. Okay. Minna-san is everyone or everybody. Okay. So it refers to a collective group of people, no? Next, kanojo. Kanojo is she. Now, in kanojo, marami rin siyang meaning, no? Besides the she that they know, it also refers to your girlfriend if you are a boy. Kanojo. So ngayon, just like the anata, we try to limit the use of pronoun as much as possible because, you know, kanojo wa FIRIPINJIN desu. My girlfriend is a Filipino or she is a Filipino. So yun. Okay? So next. Tachi. Tachi is just like gata. It's also plural, no? So plural din siya. So kinakabit lang po siya normally sa mga words to make it plural. Okay. Example. Kanojo tachi wa FIRIPINJIN desu. Hindi naman siya nangangulugan na kayo mga girlfriend ko ay Pilipino. Hindi po. Siyempre this time, she na yan. She na marami. So, they, puro na mga she's na marami or they na puro babae, wa Firipinjin desu. So, they are, which is happens to be all female, are Filipina. Okay. Next, kare. So, kanojo is she. Kare, of course, you have the he, or it refers to your boyfriend or male. So, yun siya, kare. So, example, kare wa Nihonjin desu. He is a Japanese. Okay. So, to make it plural, you just add ra. So, again, ra. Karera, di ba parang, karera, di ba parang dividendaso, di ba? So mapapasin niyo, para hindi niyo makalimutan si Karera, di ba Kare? O sige, mga lalaki yon. So, sino ba yung maraming lalaki nakatayo dyan? Di mga Karera na yan, di ba? So, yun nga, sa Karera, di ba maraming lalaki nakatayo? So, yun nga, Karera na yon. So, they are na marami. Karera wa Nihonjin desu. They na mga lalaki ay Japanese. Okay? Next. So ngayon, recap natin. No? So these are words that when you see that, it refers to the plurality or plural po yung objects, nouns, or something that it represents. So plural po siya. No? Example ulit, ANATAGATA, which refers to they na marami, they, or you na marami, which means to say they. WATASHI, which refers to I na marami, or we, kami. Okay. Or karera. Karera, which is referring to mga lalaki na marami or they na mga lalaki. Okay? Yan. Another variation naman po, pag gender sensitivity naman po is boku, which refers to I. Boku wa Firipinjin desu. I am a Filipino. So, ibig sabihin, alam mo yung kausap mo is pamasculine. Pamasculine effect. It's literally lalaki siya or pamasculine lang siya. Okay? Alam mo na ibig sabihin. Next. This one is very familiar. You go to yung mga, it's a gay lingo actually in the Philippines. ATASHI, which refers to I. ATASHI refers to I kasi babae kasi siya. So ATASHI often used by female or feminine expression to refer to myself or I. ATASHI wa Firipinjin desu. So I'm a Filipino. So, ganun po, no? So, it's a gay lingo. So, actually, marami rin kayo matututunan sa mga Japanese sa mga gay lingo. Actually, ayun, nakakatawa lang. Pero, alam nyo na. Okay? Next, san. San is basically Mr., Mrs., and Miss. So, wala po siyang differentiation unlike the English counterpart. So, every person that you will talk in Japan, there is a san. Okay? So, may san po yan, may san. Okay, so san, no? So let's use that in a sentence. UENOSAN. So basically sa Japan po, just like Korea, China, it's very important to get the surname and the given name. So una muna sa kanila surname or family name. So when we call somebody in Japan, we address them using their family name. So in Philippines or in Western countries, so baliktad, no? So you will see the cultural differences of the different culture. So sa kanila, surname first, then if you're close or you're part of their inner circle, you can call using their given name. So, medyo improper traditionally if you're calling them in the personal name nila. Nevertheless, if the speaker would allow, if the speaker or yung kausap niyo na Japanese explicitly mention that you can call them their name using their first name. So, okay lang yun. Next, Chan. So, hindi naman si Jose Marie Chan yan. Okay. So, Chan is usually used for referring yung mga, yung mga affection or mga title for affection. So, affection. So, it also refers to yung child. For example, may anak ka, tawag mo Chan, di ba? So, kaya, di ba may mga pangalan tayo ng mga pet or mga hayop. Minsan tinatawag din nila Chan yan. Ino-chan, Neko-chan, di ba? Doggy, cat, di ba? Cat. Now, pag bata, you can also call that kurot. Di ba may kuro-chan? Di ba parang pusa? Kuro-chan. So, ibig sabihin kuro-chan, black cat yun, di ba? So, kuro-chan. Sa bata, normally yan. Ngayon, pag nakarinig kayo ng adult na tinatawag na chan, ay, ano to? So, ibig sabihin, maaring junior siya nung tumatawag. Or parang siguro, baka meron silang meron silang romantic form of endearment ng dalawang magjowa yan. So yun, pwede rin yun. So that's okay. So Ueno-san. So Ueno-san will be, pag gusto natin gawing chan, would be Ueno-chan, diba? Pero normally, pag gagamit ka kasi ng chan, ano na yan eh, meron ka ng bonding or parang close ka, or you're in a position of higher authority. Like teacher, like your boss, like your parents, no? So you can use their given name. So for example, I-chan. So the pangalan ng bata is I-chan. So yan. So chan na pa rin. Okay? Next, sensei. So sensei refers to the title. So sensei, marami siyang sensei. Ako sensei ako, di ba? I'm a teacher. So they call me sensei. So it means to say teacher, master, or honorific title. Yung mga politicians, mga lawyers, doctors, and other high-ranking positions in the government or in the corporate world, they call it sensei. So yan, sensei, very respectful yan. So Argel sensei. So pag sinabing sensei, mataas ang tingin sa'yo. So ako personally, I really experienced this part of the, siguro because of Japan is also a Confucian. I mean, they have a culture of reverence in terms to their teacher, their master, and other high-ranking people in the society, particularly the teacher. So doon makikita talaga pag teacher ka, talagang galang na galang ka sa Japan. Unlike dun sa other parts of the world na hindi na, ang mga teacher doon nababaril, ang mga teacher doon hindi pinapansin, binubuli. In Japan, hindi. So yung mga teacher talaga, they are really see as a role model. So in the same way, mataas din talaga expectations sa mga teachers sa Japan. Okay? Next. Kyoshi. Kyoshi. So when you're referring to the teacher as a profession, you refer to Kyoshi. Ngayon, if you're referring to the title, that's sensei. So parang ano yan, no? Give you an analogy about that. So when you call somebody attorney, so it refers to their title as a lawyer, diba? So but in profession, they are lawyer, no? So hindi mo naman sinasabing lawyer Argel, diba? Attorney Argel, diba? So ganon. So ganon din po sa teacher. Kyoshi ang tawag sa amin, yung mga teacher. Yan, Kyoshi. Watashi wa Kyoshi desu. I'm a teacher. So, yan. Kyoshi. Next. Isha. Isha. Okay. Isha. Okay. Isha is doctor. So, doctor is Isha. So, Sakuragi sensei wa Isha desu. So, Sakuragi sensei wa is a doctor. Or Dr. Sakuragi is a medical doctor. Diba? Ganun siya. Okay? Next. Bengoshi. Bengoshi is a lawyer. Lawyer, of course, ang mga bengoshi sa Japan, ayaw makakita ng bengoshi kasi mahalang cost of lawsuits. Of course, bengoshi are highly, it's a both highly lucrative profession, also mataas ang tingin ng mga tao sa'yo. Kare wa bengoshi desu. Kare wa bengoshi desu. He is a lawyer. He is an attorney at law. Okay. Next, Daigakusei. So pag student ka lang, gakusei lang tawag sa'yo. Gakusei. Pag Daigakusei, it means to say college student. Now, sometimes I call my student as gakusei lang kasi parang shortcut na rin. Alam nyo na yun. Okay? Daigakusei is college student or student gakusei. Okay. Anata wa daigakusei desu ka? Are you a student? Anata wa daigakusei desu ka? Are you a student? Okay. Next. Senmon. So may dalawa tayong tawag dyan. Senmon, parang sermon, no? Oo, sige, something to relate with sermon. So ano ba palaging sermon sa'yo? Diba? Yung major mo, diba? Senmon is major or in English or diba tawag natin sa English major. So sa Japan, adapt na rin nila yon. So because they are an adapted language, so ang tawag din natin dyan is meja. So para major, no? Or traditionally, mas okay itong senmon sa akin kasi mas marami nakakaintindi nito. Senmon. Senmon refers to specialization or your field of study or your major subject or major mo. Senmon wa nan desu ka? Senmon wa nan desu ka? What's your major? Kanko. Kanko. So tourism. Watashi no senmon wa kanko desu. My major is in tourism. So yan. Tourism daw. Next. Kanri. Kanri. Management. So, senmon wa kanri desu. So my major is in management. Okay, management daw. Okay. Kogaku. Kogaku. Kogaku is engineering. Of course, Kare no senmon wa kogaku desu. His major is in engineering. Kare no senmon wa kogaku desu. His major is in engineering. Yan. Yeah, ito madali na tandaan to. Sounds like lang, di ba? Okay. Hospitality. Hospitality, di ba? Kasi sa Japan kasi you can and by the way, you will see that there is a green light green ink na character, no. So that is what we call katakana. Kasi if it's a borrowed word from other languages or it's a borrowed or foreign words, ginagamit natin pansulat dyan is katakana. Kasi to indicate that this is a new word in Japan, it's a borrowed word from different culture, aside the Chinese kanjis, no. So we indicate that using katakana in Japanese. Hospitality. Yeah. Use in a sentence. Ueno-san no daigaku meja. Okay. Ueno-san no daigaku meja. So Mr. or Miss Ueno's major in college is Ueno-san no daigaku meja wa hospitality kanri desu. So Miss Ueno's major in college is hospitality management. Haba, no? Memorize lang yan. Kayang-kaya. Okay. Daigaku. Daigaku. Yan. Daigaku. So, ibig sabihin na Daigaku is university or college. Philippine Daigaku, which is University of the Philippines or UP. Okay. Next. Gakko. Gakko. Gakko is school. Sensei wa gakko desu. May naisip kayo, no? Mukha lang ganon, pero hindi ganon nyo. Kaya ka nga pumunta sa school para wag kang maging ganon. Okay? Gakko. Okay, gakko. Sensei wa gakko desu. Si teacher ay nasa school. Okay. Next. Philippine. Kanina pa ako ng Philippine. Philippine is Philippines. Yan. Filipino gakusei desu. Okay. So, ang translation is Filipino gakusei, Philippine or student from the Philippines. Okay. Or, yeah. Nihon, Nippon. So, ano ba talaga dapat gamitin, sir? Nihon or Nippon? Actually, both is appropriate kasi there are some words na talagang dapat ginagamit ang Nippon because traditional it's Nippon, or katulad ng Nihongo, you can say Nihongo or Nippongo, right? So, parehas tama yon. So, Japan. Nihon iko, gambare Nippon. So, these are some of the catchwords. Nihon iko, let's go to Japan, or gambare Nippon. So, ibig sabihin, do your best Japan. Parang gano'n. Parang gambare. Parang kumbaga sa Chinese, sa Chinese na sinasabi, jayo. Diba? Jayo. Diba? Jayo. Hindi jayo. Parang kanta, no? Sa Japan. Anyway, so that's their way of expressing kanilang conviction sa kanilang pagiging nationalistic. Okay. Next. Amerika, Beikoku. Yan. So ako, nalito rin ako dyan dati. Nag-aaral ako. Inonghilo rin ako. America is, alam naman natin yan, di ba? Beikoku, yan. Rice country. Kasi pag sinulat mo siya sa Chinese character, yan. Rice. Okay, rice country. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung connection ng rice sa Amerika, pero rice siya. Sa Chinese kasi, the same character din siya. So, siguro in-adapt ng mga Japanese dahil, may baro-baro kasi. So, yun. So, kaya tawag nila Beikoku din. So, ngayon, pag tinanong mo mga Japanese, alam din nila by heart kung ano ibig sabihin ng Beikoku. So, pero they often use the word America. Sa newspaper, sa Japan, madalas na ginagamit ang Beikoku to describe America. Kasi nga naman, pag sinulat mo America, ilang character, no? 4. Yung isa, 2 lang. So, mas tipid. Okay? Lalo na pag headline. Okay? New York wa America des. So, New York is in America, di ba? Next. Chugoku. Yan, the Middle Kingdom to. Mainland China. So, mainland China, okay. So, Chugoku. Chugoku. So, yung character niya, yung gitna kasi mainland, ang tawag natin, Middle Kingdom. Wuhan wa Chugoku des. So, si Wuhan ay nasa China. Okay, next. Countries. Okay. Kangkoku. Kangkoku. So, Korea. So, Korea, Busan wa Kangkoku des. Busan is in Korea. Next. Ito, ano to? Okay. Eikoku Ingurado. Okay. Eikoku Ingurado. So, yung Ingurado, medyo sounds, sounds awkward sa atin. Eikoku na lang kung gusto nyo. Mas traditional siya. London wa, Eikoku des. So, London is located in England or Ingurado. To, alam yung word, anong country to? Sa tingin nyo? Aha, di nyo gets, no? DOITSU. But DOITSU, kasi Deutschland siya, di ba? Deutschland. So, based on the... Germany is an English word. So, Deutschland is yung tawag nila sa sarili nila. Ewan ko lang kung tama yung pronunciation ko, kasi hindi ako magaling sa German. DOITSU. So, DOITSU, so refers to Germany. Frankfurt wa DOITSU des. So, si Frankfurt is located in Germany. Okay? Yan. Ito, alam niyo na to. Furansu, France. Okay. Paris wa Furansu des. Paris is located in France or Paris is in France. Okay. Gin. Gin? Hindi, okay. So, yung umiinom ng gin na tawag doon. So, kasi they are referring to yung personality or nationality, yung tao. So, gin alone refers to tao, individual. So, pag sinabi mong gin, nationality rin yan. So, example, Nihonjin. Okay. UENOSAN wa Nihonjin des. Okay. Nihon, yung countries, no? Kung ano yung country, di ba kanina may puro mga country tayo, daming country, no? So, lalagyan mo lang siya ng gin para maging tao. So, tatandaan mo, yung umiinom ng gin, yung tao. Okay. So, gano'n po, alahanin niyo po siya. As much as possible, kasi medyo mahirap nga, tandaan to mga words na to pag wala sa puso talaga natin yung pag-aaral, to make it more funnier or to make it interesting and also to not to have a difficulty in memorizing this. Ako technique ko, gumagawa ako ng storya. So, halimbawa, gin, di ba? Para hindi ko makalimutan. Sino ba yung may inom? Okay, gin is, parang sounds like ng gin talaga, di ba? So, kukunin ka na ng story. For example, yung gin umiinom doon tao. So, gin. So, kung anong brand ng gin, di ba? Nihonjin, no? Japanese. Chinese, Chuugoku gin, di ba? Philippine no? Philippine, di ba? Ganun lang. Para madali natin matandaan, ha? So, ganun lang yung technique dito. Okay. Next, go. Go is refers to language. So, again, para hindi naman tayo Nihongo, di ba? Pinag-aaralan natin ngayon, Nihongo. Nihon country plus go, di ba? Ngayon, may other languages din katulad ng Firipingo, Tagalog, or Furanso go, French, or French language, no? Now, okay, nice to meet you. Okay. So, nice to meet you refers to HAJIMEMASHITE. HAJIMEMASHITE. Okay, so, using a sentence, Minasan hajimemashite. So, nice to meet you. Now, okay, kasi in translation po talaga nito per toto, medyo super layo niya, no? But, ang gamit po natin dito sa equivalent use sa English would be nice to meet you. Or, parang it's an opening stance or opening statement. Now, if you go back to, or if you slice the real meaning of hajimemashite, it's really different from the translation nice to meet you. Kasi hajime, which means to say start. To start or to begin. Okay? Parang gano'n siya. To begin or parang siguro nautal tuloy ako. Panimulang bati, gano'n yung Tagalog. So, gano'n siya. Hajimemashite. So, we say hajimemashite for those people na first time natin siyang i-meet. Hindi natin siya sinasabing araw-araw or every time na makikita natin siya, parang awkward na yun, diba? Just like nice to meet you in English. Okay? Next. Ito, mahaba, memorize na lang, please ha. Or pwede na putol-putulin na lang kasi mahaba nga eh. Okay? Yan. So, dozo, yoroshiku, onegaishimasu. Okay. So, dozo, alam niyo na yung dozo, nag-offer ka. So, this time, ang ino-offer mo is not an object, hindi naman cellphone ang ino-offer mo. Dozo. Pag dozo, cellphone. Pero this time, wala kang ino-offer kundi sarili mo. So, dozo, you, dozo, yoroshiku, yoroshi. It means to say parang some sort of good or acceptable or satisfactory. Onegaishimasu. So, parang onegaishimasu is para negai, which is your wish or desire. So, in translation, in English, the most, nearest direct translation to this is please take care of me. Or, ako translation ko dyan normally, please, parang, please be good to me, parang please lend me your support, parang ganon. So in English, please take care of me, so ganon. Okay, so ganon yung translation niya. There's no direct translation sa English kasi mas tingin ko mas higher yung ibig sabihin kaysa dun sa please take care of nila sa English. So it's the nearest translation would be please take care of me, but it's go beyond those sa English equivalent natin. Now, use in a sentence, of course, at the end of your introduction, sarili mo, you often say, dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu. With bow pa yan, sakit na likod ko. Okay? So, yun. Okay, that's it. Okay? Now, if you have enjoyed our video, please do share it, subscribe, or like. Now, if you have some comments or suggestion, particularly those areas that I didn't touch well, na some of you might be confused pa or medyo nalilito. So I encourage you really have the comment and suggestion. So please do comment and suggestion para malaman ko po kung saan tayo nalilito and those things that I should need to improve in this topic. So thank you very much and have a nice day. So, minasan, soro-soro jikan desu yo, owarimashou. Okay, bye-bye. So let's end.